A very interesting XRP video was published a little while ago, talking about the fact that most people are going to be missing the shift in generational wealth. Simply put, is the solution to a massive problem that exists, and most people are going to miss it. Just watch this video and let me know in the comment section down below if you agree with it. And of course, guys, as you know, make sure you press that like button to show some support,
The banks are going to hate me for telling you this. Most people are going to miss the biggest shift in generational wealth in history. You will not ever get this chance again, and this is a shift from tactical to industrial Web 2.0 to Web 3.0, and now this is extremely important, as everybody looks away and focus on the FTX collapse where it's all over the news. They're trying to make people believe that crypto as a whole is a scam. There's a big difference between crypto and blockchain. Now hear me out. They're pushing this whole FTX collapse thing all over the media, because they're trying to make you believe that crypto is a scam, and if you invest in crypto you will lose your money. But blockchain technology, distributed ledger technology, on-demand liquidity. ChatGPT, AI, gas, solar, wind, are literally the future of our economy. Now if you're watching this far, I'm gonna share with you the new 1%, so the old paradigm is gas, oil, and the new 1% will be data, software, information and attention. So here's what's happening behind the scenes as you look at the problem, reaction and the solution. Look at the Project M Bridge. The central banks have been working on this since 2017 to connect economies trough CBDCs, which are central bank digital currencies, and while you are distracted, they're planning to switch over the current monetary system over to blockchain technology. However, there are hundreds of central banks and they're gonna need a bridge of liquidity for all these CBDCs, and Ripple, XRP has the solution to this, and has the liquidity bridge ready to go and ready to be used. This was Mr. Hausler from Tradology team. Central banks doesn't want you to switch your consumer mentality to an investor mentality, so you always loan cash in the present and loan crypto in future from them. Wake up.
And without beating around the bush for too long, I think this story will resonate with a lot of people where you think, well, the majority of people are going to miss out, and that is also quite logical because not everybody can get rich. And for the most part, I think we, as a quite select few, have found something that so many people do not believe in, and we're still going for it anyway. The reward is also going to be proportional to the amount of people that did not believe in it, if you guys understand my drift. One of the comments I see all the time is people saying, oh, well, but you're helping out the banks, that's bad. Guys, I've shown you this so ridiculously many times, but let me just refresh your memory here. The banks are not going away anytime soon. No, what is happening are changes to this banking realm, of one of which is the, well, crash that has happened right now that's moving a lot of money from the US over to China. You can see JP Morgan. Okay, let's first start here. U.S. job openings fall to 9.93 million, lower than expected. The Saudi Arabia Crown Prince, MBS, saying he is no longer interested in pleasing the United States. We then have the JP Morgan CEO saying the banking crisis is not over and there will be repercussions from it years to come. We also have then, a little bit ago, China investing $39 billion in Malaysia, and at the same time, the Prime Minister of Malaysia says there's no reason to continue to depend on the US dollar, and now Malaysia and China are considering to come together to create an Asian monetary fund to reduce the dependence on the US dollar. Like I said, for the most part, what we're seeing is just changes to the system. Things are starting to get different than what they were for the last century. And that's something a lot of people can't comprehend. I often look at the comment section and see people say I'm an idiot for saying this banking realm and the US dollar, the way they are right now, just won't last. And that honestly, buying crypto right now as we speak, not financial advice, but is from most perspectives just a crazy smart idea. But in reality, I think we can all see it. The US is not in the best position it's ever been at. Fed liquidity injections drive down US Treasury yields, but not the Bitcoin price, which is true. And I think that's for the most part because that's the way we value Bitcoin. Again, many of these senators, many of these government officials don't want to accept it. They keep shouting in your ear that Bitcoin is inherently valueless and can never have any value. Like, for example, in this video.
With Bitcoin, there's no thing that backs it up. And that's what makes it different. It's just belief. You and I assess. You assess the value is going to go down. I assess it's going to go up, and therefore I buy.
So it's more like this artwork.
No, because at the end of the day, I can hang that thing on my wall,
right?
And I can enjoy it, or I can throw darts at it.
You could sell it for money.
Sure, you can. I mean, there are features about it that are the same, but it's not the same. And look, one of the things we have to remember about, there are a lot of things that come within this crypto world. So for example, we could be talking about, instead of Bitcoin, we could be talking about digital currency. Now that's something very different.
I think that's different too. I buy that. I accept that.
That's right, because that's a government-backed electronic transfer. And it can be denominated in dollars, it could be denominated in euros, it could be denominated in some new language that's made up. But that has something that backs it up. It has a government that says, if at the end of the day there's a run on this stuff, everybody wants theirs out, the United States government promises there will be something to back it up. And that's what banks are about. There'll be somebody there to back it up. But with Bitcoin, that's not the case. And then, of course, can we do one?
I don't want to be that guy, but I mean, the banks are saying there's something backing it up is not the most trustworthy thing somebody could say in a time like this. All right, I could be talking about that for hours, but let's quickly go into some crypto news, everything that's been going around. First of all, Twitter changed their logo from the Twitter thing to a Dogecoin logo. That's obviously why the price pumped like crazy yesterday. I was flying, so I did not have time to actually get you guys a video out at that time. But we did go pretty crazy over on Twitter because it was a fun situation. There's the Shark Tank Kevin O'Leary guy who, by the way, has a paywalled article here for some reason where it says, you must turn off your ad blocker. I've done that. For some reason, they still don't want to let me see it. The point being, though, he's basically saying, hey, there are going to be many different exchanges that are going to be sued, and just watch out. That's all he's been saying. And the point is that the regulators and senators, they're just not happy with the way in which, crypto is dominating right now, which again can be seen from the video from Elizabeth Warren a little bit ago. And so he's basically saying that they're coming for crypto. So he himself says he's moving his assets to Canada away from the US, which is also quite peculiar. Anyway, there was also a massive amount of FUD in regards with Binance/CZ, the CEO of Binance. So, 5 minutes of research, there was an Interpol picture of CZ being on a red notice. CZ himself said it's Photoshopped, but obviously people were like, he might just be saying that even though it's real, and so that definitely got a lot of attention. He later did actually delete a tweet, which makes me think indeed that it was fake. And honestly, it just seems like people are trying to throw more and more at Binance right now. It seems to be like the thing, the hype. There's one piece that made me laugh today, and it's the fact that the SEC is launching an investor education month, as surveys shows the majority of Americans lack financial knowledge. And this one is just so interesting and laughable because Mr. Gary Gensler is saying, investors turn to our capital markets every day, whether to grow a nest egg, plan for retirement, save for education, or prepare for the inevitable bumps along the way. To be an informed investor is to be a more effective investor, and I encourage the public to take advantage of the many resources we offer on investor.gov. But then, again, funny enough, when it comes to crypto, he's like, screw you guys, huh? And again, from this survey, which again has been held by them, it shows that a majority of the people had some concerning shortcomings when it comes to their personal finances. And the only thing I can say about that is this means even more that the SEC should be doing a better job teaching the public about the rules of cryptocurrencies. But again, he's going to be having his little Congress hearing on the 18th of April, and so we'll be hearing all the actual juicy details at that point. Side note, a little while ago, I made a video. Looking at it now, it was actually only 2 days ago, right there. I made a video explaining to you guys how to get the Starknet airdrop. And I must not lie, I made this video with taking like 5 hours for me to research everything to make sure it's done properly, but the reception was quite negative. I just want to quickly inform you guys about how these airdrop things work. There are just many companies that have some sort of protocol or network already out there. Sometimes it's only testnet, sometimes it's the mainnet already, obviously depending on how early you are. And the thing is, you want to look for these new, very well-funded most of the time, projects that already have quite a lot of adoption, because the earlier and more you interact with it, the more or higher the probability that you're going to get a ton of money the moment that it launches. And with a lot of the previous drops, for example, Arbitrum, most people in my little community here, so most of my friends all, got at least $20,000 for just moving some money around. I'm saying that bluntly because it's that simple. All you have to do is press a button a couple times. Might cost you $20 in total. And I think the lowest that I've heard somebody get was like $5 or $8, I don't even remember, $1,000. I think it was actually honestly $8,000 from the Arbitrum airdrop. And we can go on. We have the Aptos, we have Uniswap, you have so many of these, and all you need to do is be there early and interact with it a little bit. People are often going massive about OpenSea or MetaMask going for one. Again, I don't know, but I interact with every single one just to be sure. Obviously being smart with it, don't connect your main wallet if you can afford to not do that. But just all I wanted to say here is understand here that I'm not making this video, especially this airdrop video, for me. There's zero benefit in me showing it to you guys. It's not going to give me more money. It's not going to bring this token out to more people, resulting in anything better. No, all you can say is it's a net negative because it takes so much freaking time to make. Be careful with the comment section in the videos because there's usually a lot of FUD, a lot of misinformation or so. I did my research quite proper. To not dwell on it, all I'm saying is, guys, make sure you go through these airdrop steps quite rigorously and make sure you do them religiously in the sense that you always go ahead and do them. Again, if this is something you can easily afford, it might literally cost you $15, $20 per airdrop. Let's say there's like 10 ones to try a year, of which at least, let's say 2 are going to launch. That's an easy $5,000 each every time. Can I guarantee it to you? No. Is the probability extremely high? Yes, which is why I told my entire family, I'm trying to teach them, some of these guys, how to do it. I know it's not so simple, right? But with a tutorial like the one I've made here, it's very hard to not understand how to do it. But if you still didn't understand, let me know in the comment section down below. I might break it down even deeper in my next airdrop tutorial then. It was a fun video of Jim Cramer, and all he says right here is,
I'm negative on the XRP and the Litecoin and the Dogecoin because I've yet to find anybody who really takes them.
Would have been even more funny if this was like a couple of days ago, because Dogecoin went crazy yesterday. But I could see Bitcoin here is at like 17,000 or so. So it must have been like a month or a couple months ago. But this again shows that this man goes left, right, left, right. Right now, he's like pretty excited about XRP/Ripple. And I think if you ask him today, he would have been a pretty big fan of Dogecoin. But then a little while ago, right, at 8 cents, even though it shot up to 10 cents just now, he was not so bullish on it, which is peculiar. A little bit of info again, the SEC Beaksy suit. There's a lawsuit against BXC or whatever you call this, and it basically made them shut themselves down, this crypto exchange. And so CoinDesk now, and even on NASDAQ, it's been reposted here, they're basically expecting that whatever is happening with BXC right now, that this is going to translate over into a proper lawsuit for Coinbase. And that's what a lot of people are watching for right now and being a little bit fearful of. I've noticed that Coinbase send messages to almost every single body, and even I got a message. I'm not exactly sure what it said anymore, but they basically shut my account down. Yeah, here, one of my accounts getting shut. We're reaching out to inform you that you'll no longer be able to access Coinbase or Coinbase app starting 9th of April, as we're disabling access for accounts that no longer meet our updated standards of these services. Before I actually forget, I'm not sure if I mentioned it properly, Layer 0 is another one where you have to go through the steps to make sure you can get the airdrop. But you can see Andreessen Horowitz invested. Right now they got another round for, I think, 120 million. Yeah, I'm not sure where the information about that was, but they're valued at $3 billion. Yeah, unfortunately, I've lost exactly where this info lied, but just make sure you check that out. And again, if you guys want another tutorial, just let me know in the comments section down below. At the end of the day, I'm here for the people. So if you guys want a tutorial, let me know, and I'll give you guys one. And then one fun thing was the Trump NFT sales have increased by like 250% following his arrest, which was kind of funny. I don't own one because I don't really care for it, but right, you got to understand, it's not him selling these, it's people who bought his rights to be able to sell them. It's not the same, but it's kind of funny how that's going right now. Anyway, I think that's about it. We covered a lot of ground here. And I think of a title, as we have all different sorts of news, will be interesting. But yeah, that was it for right now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you again later in another crypto video. But yeah, that's it. See you guys later in another one.